So everyone, the recording has started. Diving into the AMA session, we thought it might be a very, very good idea for you as well to learn a bit more about our node presale and don't be hesitant at the end of the AMA session to also unmute yourself and also ask your question. We want to keep it as interactive as possible, and you are very welcome to also just say what you have in mind or just ask your question. With that being said, maybe I will then give the word to Rito.
Yeah, happy welcome also from my side. Nice to have you all here. I see a few names which I've never seen before in any chat or even in our call. So let me introduce myself shortly. I'm Rito. I'm the CTO from WeSendit, and I'm very proud to make this AMA session with you together to solve all questions or to answer all questions that we have a smooth start next week. As mentioned on the 2nd of April, so next Tuesday, Wednesday, is it Wednesday?
I think it
I'm
is
not sure.
Wednesday.
2nd of April. Let's stick to the date.
It's Wednesday indeed.
We will release the Node network to public availability. I think you all can see my screen. We already started the presentation, and let's directly jump in. We divided the presentation into a few sections. So we have firstly a few information about the pre-sale and the NFT. So we staked NFT and we stored NFT. Then we updated the installation procedures. So I will give you some more information about that. And at the third part, we will have the chance to get information about rewards and the multiplier. What does it mean and how it works? And also at the end, as Yasin already mentioned, we will have an AMA, where you can ask your questions in the chat or even unmute yourself and get directly to the team. Pre-sale information in general, we have on our app.WeSendit.io, we have 546 nodes currently. So it was last week. Maybe the number is quite a little bit different. As mentioned, we will end the pre-sale on the 2nd of April and then change to the go live, so change to the sale of the node directly. The Restaked NFT can be obtained until the 2nd of April. After that date, you will get directly the WeStored NFT. And the initial stake you have already set or you will set until the 2nd of April will be locked until 52 weeks. But you will be able to run a node before this 52 weeks ends. We will have a little bit more information about about the rewards in the next sections. And yeah, if you don't run a node, you actually have the option to transfer the WeStaked NFT, including all the stake, etc., to another user, or even after the sale, if you have a WeStored NFT, also this you will be able to transfer to another wallet, to another user, whatever you like. We have identified 3 cases where you can be in during the last weeks or during discussions and questions. Let me introduce these 3 cases. I'm pretty sure you will be in the first one, the most of the people here, but it could be that you are in the second or even in the third, depending a little bit when you have started. The first case is you are pre-sale participants and you're eligible for rewards. That means you have locked your stake for 52 weeks. You have done this, the process of KYC successfully. That's very important. And you run a node in the mainnet. These are the factors where you can get the rewards and you can, get your stake. The 8x multiplier becomes active as soon as you have a node in the mainnet, and the multiplier is active for 180 days, so half year. If you like to claim your tokens from the stake, that means you have staked your WSI for 52 weeks, and you run the node in the mainnet, and you have done successfully the KYC. If you get the WeSendit NFT, we will deduct the amount of WSI token from your initial stake, and the rest of the stake you will get back to your wallet. And of course, the rewards will be yours as soon as you have met all the conditions. You will get node rewards to provide storage as soon as you have your nodes the first day in the testnet. So in the second level, we will dive into this a little bit later. And in the testnet, you will get 50% of the rewards. And after you join the mainnet, you will get 100% of the rewards of the storage occupied by the network. The rewards are calculated from the day you join the testnet, 30 days. So after 30 days, the calculation starts and you will be able to claim. We will have a little bit more information about this in the next chapter, or chapter 3. The second case, you have a pre-sale, so you are a pre-sale participant, but you're not liable for the rewards. That can be different factors. It could be that you claim your stake before the lockup period expires, so before this 52 weeks. The second factor could be that you are not able, or you do not process successfully the KYC. Or the third factor can be that you will not run a node in the mainnet. So either way, I think either KYC or not in the mainnet, you're able to move the node license to another wallet or to sell it on a platform. If you claim your stake before the lockup period, you will not be able to run the node and you will not get rewards. If you are located outside the region, we're currently deploying the node network. We will obviously not slash your stake, or will not. You will be able to do it later as soon as we cover this region as well. So people not in this region are excluded from case 2 in terms of if they are able to finish the KYC and they are willing to run a node. The case 3 is very simple. This is if you start after the pre-sale. After the pre-sale, you will go directly to the app.wesellit.io/nodes, and you will get your WeSendit NFT. You will deposit your WSI, and you will run the node in the mainnet. Then you will be able to get rewards for the storage you provide. Please be aware that this is a difference between stake rewards, so the deposit you provided previous to the sale or in the pre-sale phase, and the rewards you get during you running a node in the network. These are two different things. In the pre-sale, you have the benefit to get the rewards on the stake. This is not true for the case if you start after the pre-sale. Also, we have currently 12 tiers, sorry, where you can stake your tokens. And for every tiers, you are able to run one of the nodes license type. So you can choose which one you would like to run. After the pre-sale, you will not be able to choose which one with a single license. You have to deposit the stake for the specific license, and you will only be able to run the license you have the stake deposited. Then for those who started in the pre-sale, they will have a Restaked NFT in the wallet. After the 2nd of April, you can go on our website app.wesellit.io/nodes. You can connect your wallets and you can push claim rewards button, and you will see all the stakes or all the license you have both. And on the right-hand side of this list, you will see a claim Node NFT button if it's available. And this claim Node NFT button will then transfer the Restaked NFT to the Restaked NFT. After that, you will be able to set up the node. You will not be able to set up a node with this Restaked NFT. The system does not recognize the Restaked NFT. That's very important. So please go firstly to the app WeSendit.io and convert your Restaked NFT to the Restored NFT. Some of the hints written down below on the right-hand side. Make sure that you're using the right wallet, because sometimes it can be confusing with a lot of wallets, a lot of networks in MetaMask. Make sure that you use the right provider, MetaMask or Trust Wallet, whatever, that you will find the license in the right place. Also important, you have one license per stake and one license per node. So you cannot run a node with multiple license. If you would like to make benefit of multiple license, you have to run multiple nodes. The case there is, we will see this in the installation chapter. It is not very useful to have multiple nodes on the same system, because you will block yourself with storages. So let's say you have, let's dive a little bit later to it, maybe. The installation and operation process, we already presented a few weeks or a few months ago. We slightly changed it, that's why we have it in the presentation as well, just to keep you updated and the information are clear. As mentioned previously, you have the Restaked NFT, you have to convert it to the Restored NFT. And you can convert one Restaked NFT to one license. And with this license you've got in the pre-sale, you can choose which type of node you'd like to run. As soon as you have the Restored NFT in your wallet, you can choose your hardware and install the nodes. It's very simple. We see in a moment. But important to know here is that our system is designed to run on hardware which is already up and running around the clock. So it could be very hard to install several nodes and get the return of invest in a very short time just with the nodes. It's possible, yes, but the system is made for system already running around the clock. So there are hundreds of projects out there, and there are many projects which are very CPU intensive or even GPU intensive, which our system is not. And these are good combination to get the most out of your hardware, to get a project as we send it, to have all the storage occupied, to get a project to have the GPU occupied or even the CPU occupied. The minimum requirements are very low, so we need a Docker on the system, which runs on nearly every system. We have currently AMD 64 and ARM 64 in the availability, but we will extend this in a few weeks. So week per week, we will get new architectures. We have 2 cores, which is very, very few, 8 GB of RAMs and 40 megabits of download and upload speed. We will see in a few slides that it is possible to also have different configuration, because we will rely on scores. Scores are calculated with different metrics, and the one metric can be lower, the other can be higher, and therefore this is kind of a minimum requirement. As mentioned, you can install and run Docker on your device. You can pull the WeSendit Docker image. You have to configure a storage and config path, so 2 folders on your system, on your already existing system. And you have to make sure that port forwarding is set up, that the node is reachable from external. It is possible to be behind the net, so you can be behind the firewall. You have to configure it, obviously. And it's also possible with dynamic IP addresses. So you do not have to order or to set up a static IP address. After that, you can open the browser and start the node setup on our user interface. First, you will be prompted for a password that not everyone can access by IP and port your node. This is especially important for nodes which are in example data centers with public IP addresses. After that, you will be prompted to connect the wallet. Also here, make sure you choose the right wallet, and you will see the nodes available in your wallet. If you don't see your wallet, of course, you can contact our support, or you can check your wallet on BSC scan if you get the right license. You see also how many licenses you have for each node type, and you can claim one license if available. You see, for example, this screen, Cosmos is not available, 0 licenses found. So Nebula 1 and Orbit 2, you can claim one license, and this will be connected to this node. As soon as you, for example, would like to change the hardware or change the license, for example, you have to disconnect first. There will be options to disconnect a node from the system to free up your license. For example, if you after a while would like to sell or transfer your license with a stake and all the rewards to another one, to a friend, or sell it, whatever, you should first disconnect the nodes and then transfer to another one, or you give including the hardware to the other person, other people. After you selected the storage type or the license type, you have to allocate the storage. The system will read how many storage capacity your system has, and then you are able to set the amount of gigabyte you will provide to the network. This could be changed also in the future, so you will be able to add more storage or to decrease the storage. Decreasing the storage will take some time, because to free up the storage itself or to free up the fragments, increasing the storage is every time possible. If you continue on this step, it will take a while because the system initiates the storage. It will occupy the current storage you will set for this node. So let's say you will give the network around 100 gigabyte. The storage will immediately start to write 100 gigabyte to your hard drive. So this will take a while. So be patient. We are currently about to put this process obviously in the background to not disturb the setup process. But this ensures that the node's capacity is always ready if fragments will come from the system. After you're finishing setup, we will do a check. So we set the system requirements. We will check internet access. We will check ports. We will check the connection to the master node, and also the metrics which are imported for the scoring, which are ping, uploads, downloads, and also uptime. But uptime is not measurable in this step. That's why you will not see this. After the check is finished, you will have an estimation of the score your node can get with this configuration. It is possible, for example, that upload and download bandwidth are affected because someone is, let's say, watching Netflix or doing other download stuff or upload stuff, which affect the bandwidth, the total bandwidth. That's why you can also finish this step without any good score. So after this, if you see or if you find kind of a bad score here, you can try to improve the system by checking if bandwidth and ping are effective, or or these are the effective numbers. And you can also improve, obviously, if you have the node 24/7 up and running without any downtime. Yeah, sorry, a little bit bigger. So let's talk about the score. As mentioned, we have download, upload, which are 50 and 30 in ideal, and worst, we were able to put it down to 10 megabits per second. So you're able to run a node even if you're 10 megabyte per second of download and upload. It's very low from the system perspective, but the quality of the network should be okay in this point. Also, the ping with a value of 100, it's kind of very high, but it's enough to run a storage network with our system. Uptime, as mentioned, 99%. We have here 100% as ideal, obviously, that it's every time online, but there will be some downtime to make updates, to restart, to whatever it's needed. And therefore, the worst part is 95%. You have on the right-hand side, you will join the testnet on 80%. You will join the checknet on 90%, and you will join the mainnet on 95%. What about uptime? It was a question asked several times. So 95% uptime. Update is still wrong. Yasin, we didn't recognize this the last time, but it didn't change. Sorry for that. Uptime is 95%. That means you have downtime of 1 hour a day or 18 days per year. So it's quite huge. With 99% uptime, so 100% is obvious, it's zero. Therefore, 99%, you have 40 minutes per day, and you have 3 days and 14 hours per year. So it should be possible for a system designed to be online 24/7 to keep 99% or even 99.9. As mentioned previously, I see that this table here is wrong order. We have first the checknet. Your node will be 28 days in the checknet before joining the testnet. In the testnet, you will already get some fragments to test your nodes, and you will already get 50% of the rewards for these fragments. After 14 days of checking your node, if the score is on a good value, you will be able to join the network, the mainnet. This will be done all automatically, and you will see a status. Let's see if we have this in the screen already. No, on the top right, it's not visible. You will have a status on the top right on the dashboard where you see the current network you are in. In the very first weeks, we will shorten this time from checknet to testnet to mainnet to about 14 days each, or even 7 days each, that you're able to be earlier in the mainnet. So this is also why we directly can start with the mainnet, because each node for every join, so as soon as someone starts to run a node, he will join the checknet, the testnet, and then the mainnet. So this is a 3-layer network, which ensure that the node quality is enough or is good, is on a high level, and the network can run smoothly. If something happens in the mainnet with your nodes, you will first be degraded to the testnet and then to the checknet. Or even if the impact is huge or you're doing something, let's say fraud or misuse, then you will directly go back to the checknet and you will see the results. Here we see the dashboard. As mentioned previously, You have here on the top right your node type, you have your network, you have your current score, which will be checked regularly, and you have your node status with your node ID. On the left-hand side, you have all about your nodes with uptime and download, upload speed, etc. And you have the right-hand side, the rewards you currently have or will get over time. You will see the fragments in total, the fragments which are downloaded over time, the current capacity of your storage, and your rewards over time in the last couple of periods you can select on the top left on the chart. Then, as mentioned previously, we have the settings page where you obviously can change the passwords and also set your storage. The storage you will have on the right-hand side. You have a table with the current allocated storage, with the system storage which your system is using, and also with the storage the WeSendit network is using. You can change this, as mentioned previously, also decrease if you like. It will most likely take 7 to 14 days to free up your storage, as we are a transfer and file management platform. Many of the files will be transferred and deleted over time, and therefore we have this grace period of 7 days where we will not delete, but the system deletes the fragments itself. And if nothing happens, we will reallocate the fragments to other storages and free up your storage as you want it. You can also change network settings, currently just the ports available. Be aware of that because also your Docker image is set up to a certain port, and therefore you have to reconfigure also Docker image to change the port after you run the node. Then in the danger zone, we have the disconnect node. This is what I mentioned previously. If you like to disconnect your license from your nodes, the node will be purged from the system and your license will be freed up and you will have the chance to set up a new license. Then I think about the rewards, I already said a lot of things. The rewards will be calculated on a monthly basis. So the system takes 2 snapshots each day, and after the month or after 30 days after your setup, so you set up the node and then the timer starts to count. From this point on 30 days, we will do 2 snapshots each day and count the average on your storage. This is to equalize peaks. So it's not only in up peaks, also down peaks. So it's fair for everyone. And after this month or after these 30 days, you will get the rewards for your average fragments kept in your node. Depending on your license you have purchased or you have got on the WeSendit.io site, you will have 20 for Nebula, 30 for Orbit, and 50% for Cosmos Node allocation of uploads. That means if you have a Nebula or a Nebula license, you will get 20% of the data from the network or from the next uploads. If you have a Cosmos node, you will get 50%. This means the Cosmos nodes they need not that much time to get full or the storage get occupied than the lower nodes. You will be able to get more out of your system with the higher node license. If obviously all highest licenses or Cosmos licenses are full in the system, also Nebula and Orbit will get more. So it depends a little bit on the node loads, so on how many nodes of each type we have in the system. This percentage can be changed from the system itself. The score, as mentioned, must be more than 95 for each license type. And you will get $3 per terabyte, which is occupied from the system. We do not have any bandwidth rewards, so make sure you have also flats from your side. And as mentioned, multiplier for our pre-sale will apply for 180 days, and you will get the 8x multiplier. So this will be $24 per used terabyte in the first 180 days. This is a slide we didn't change. During the pre-sale, you are able to get exclusive benefits. So you have now 7 days a chance to get one of the tiers. We announced today the prices for the WSI in WSI for the nodes after the sale. It will be so it's currently in the documentation, and it will be on the website at latest tomorrow morning. We have 12 tiers mentioned where you can stake and get rewards for the stake. We have 8x multiplier, and of course you can sell your node license after the pre-sale. After the pre-sale, so in the sale phase, you will have to obtain one of the 3 license types, which are kind of fixed. And you will start with a 1x multiplier, and you will have to do some activities to get a higher multiplier. This was all from my side. I hope I was able to solve a few questions already in this. And now I give the word over to Yasin. I think we can go to the chat, or if someone has questions and wanted to ask directly by the microphone, the stage is yours.
Okay, thanks. Many thanks, Reto, for the nice presentation and also for the insights regarding our node concept and how it works. I think it's actually a good opportunity also for the community to see what is going on behind the scenes and also see the progress and what they can expect as well. Speaking of that, let me go through the questions that we received. I see that Steve is asking some questions. Steve, are you currently there to unmute yourself? Then maybe we can get into your questions. Let's see, where's Steve? Sorry, I don't have a micro. Okay, no problem. Then we will just answer your questions on this way, but don't be hesitant or shy. We are very kind persons here. So Steve had a question where he asked if it's possible to convert a restaked node license being below tier 1, so yeah, below 10K WSI, to a restored license, if it's possible to do that.
It's a good question. I don't think you got the license below tier 1. So it should be, it would be somehow strange if you have a Restaked license and you did not had the tier 1 stake.
Indeed, maybe. And he's also asking because I think he has staked below the minimum threshold, and he has several stakes which are below 10K WSI. And he's also asking if he can combine them in order to get, let's say, the tier 1 license.
So basically combination, I don't think it's possible because we are working obviously with smart contracts and we are not able to do smart manual thing on smart contracts. But maybe the story is very interesting. Maybe let's discuss this one-to-one or have a small chat about this and figure out how we can solve your situation or what we can do.
Okay, yeah. Hi, Thomas. I see you joining. And John, you raised your hand. Please unmute yourself.
Yeah, maybe the situation is that he's asking before we introduced the tiers. I think we let people to stake a particular amount of tokens after August 2023. So I'm not sure, but I'm not sure if we were introducing to stake at least 10,000 WSIs, or maybe it was possible to stake less than 10,000 WSIs for node operators. And then maybe we introduced the tiers. Maybe that's the question. If someone staked in between the periods, what's gonna be with that stakes?
Let me double check this. And Yasin, I think you can write down the name that we can contact him directly, or we can figure out how we can solve this. Definitely.
Yeah, indeed. Okay. Steve, we will definitely get back to you regarding your question. Let's see, we have some more questions. Another one is from Genesis. Can I get 2 NFTs in pre-sale and 1 wallet for staking? If you are there, you can unmute yourself, maybe, and also just speak to us. Let me see. Is he here?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Perfect. Yeah.
Yes.
Great.
Okay, Yasin, I wrote you already to this question. Is it possible to stake twice a part of for tier 1, tier 2, and to get 2 NFTs for the staking 1, staking 2 on one or wallet?
Yeah, of course, this is possible. So you can have 10 stakes on one wallet and 10 license on one wallet.
Yeah.
You just have to be aware that you just can have you can have a certain amount of one license type in the same wallet.
Okay.
Cosmos is, I think, unlimited. Orbit is limited to 10 pieces, and Nebula is limited to 1 piece, as far as I remember. But please check the website. There we have all information.
Yeah, okay.
But basically, you can have with Cosmos Node as many licenses in one wallet you feel like.
Yeah, the other question I wrote was, think about it. Is it possible to use it in Spain? Because you wrote in some countries it's possible to use the node to install it. In Spain and the Canary Islands, it's Europe, and it's a good point for internet connections there. It's very a high transfer rate, and so because of the connections to the whole world there, the cables on the ground, on the ocean are there, and so we have the best connections. Is it able to install the node there?
I think yes, based on our tests, from the ping part of side should be possible. This is in the region. Regarding internet connection, I cannot make any suggestions because it's part of your house or apartment.
Yep.
But from the distance to the system, to the network itself, it should not be an issue.
And it's right that I read in the Telegram group. I'm bent. I don't know what. As I had the question some month ago, and so the question is: a static IP necessary?
No, static IP is not necessary. The system is able to work with dynamic IPs.
Okay.
As we are going to kind of double check several times, or let's say every few minutes,
Yeah.
the IP address, the port of the nodes regarding the ID of the nodes, and therefore if something changed, the system recognizes this and is able to reallocate the IP address to the new IP address from your node.
Okay.
If it is obviously success happens on a regular basis, so normally dynamic IP address will be changed once a month, once a half year, once a few weeks. But it's not possible to change the IP address every few hours, for example.
Yeah.
And therefore, for normal usage, it should not be a problem. It will not be a problem.
That was my question. And one question to Yasin, please. I wrote you to unban me. I can write some questions in a TG channel on Telegram. Yeah.
Oh, that's you, Yassine.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome, of course. Yeah, nice interaction here. If there is someone who wants to join us, just unmute yourself and maybe let's go. Steve has one more question, but he don't have a microphone, so we need to read it. One more question for Cosmos Node. I can have unlimited number of license in the same wallet if I understood well, but for every license I need to install one different node, right?
I didn't get the point. Can you repeat? Sorry.
I think he's referring to the point that we maybe discussed this evening or earlier, that he's referring to he has a lot of license, but each license needs one node. He cannot put a lot of license into one node and run them. Each node
Yes,
one license.
that's correct.
If
You
that
have to allocate one license from your wallet to one node, and you can set up multiple nodes in different regions or different hardware if you like, with each hardware or each container, each virtual machine, one license.
was this your question, Steve? Okay, yeah, he says, okay, thanks. Zaza, hello.
Maybe to something in additional to this question, we was asked also if it makes sense to have, for example, a NAS with 10 terabytes, and we install a Docker and we have 4 containers, which leads into 4 nodes, but it is on the same system. So basically you have then to deal with ports, so with IP port translations. And from the system point of view, it makes no sense to have the same nodes also the nodes on the same system. Also, it does not make any benefit if you have Cosmos and a Nebula node, because then the storage will be unequalized. So therefore, the suggestion from our side is install on one server, one NAS, one system, Docker, run one node container and install there the highest node that you have. Having different nodes in the same system or even same node types in the same system does not make any sense from the performance point of view, because if one node gets more packages or more frequently packages, the bandwidth is smaller for the other nodes, which can lead into a bad score, and then you will be downgraded to the checknet or testnet. So it does not make sense to have the same nodes or even different nodes on the same system, just to use all the licenses.
I think that's a very important point to also acknowledge for the community as well. I saw that Gisenius, I'm not sure if you wanted to say something, but I saw that you unmuted yourself for a second. If there's anything you want to say to that, please feel free. Yeah.
Yes, another question for techniques. I heard that you can increase the drive size and then disconnect after a time the blade, the hard disk drive. Maybe is it also possible to to decrease to make it higher, to increase hard disk? Although I put 1 year later more hard disks in it and to increase the node.
To increase the storage, you mean?
Yeah, the storage, yeah.
Yeah, of course, it's also possible. So currently in this release, we will have the system will check your storage size in the very beginning, and then you are able to move the slider between these sizes. But we will definitely implement a mechanism to recheck the system size. So if you expand your write, for example, you will have to recheck the system size and can then reallocate the storage capacity.
And which write mode would be better to write in RAID 5 or so to make
it
safer?
depends. It depends on your on the amount of your hard drives. So in my point of view, all configurations that contains more than 3 drives is RAID 5 the best one.
Yeah.
In terms of performance and security, it was also questions, I think, in the Telegram group. Why do we need to set up RAIDs if the system has redundancy? So basically, this is true in point of the network security, but in terms of your score and your stake or your security deposit, if your node, for example, goes down because of hardware issues, you will impact your score, and then you will maybe have to rejoin the network from the very beginning. And this is something you can protect yourself from don't getting rewards.
Yeah, then you have to start from checknet to testnet and then back to mainnet. So it needs more time
Yeah,
to come into.
it depends obviously if you have the fragments or if you don't have the fragments. So if your hardware, for example, goes down and come up again with the same fragments in a certain amount of time, you will not have an impact. But normally, if you don't have a write or any security in the background, you will have a downtime from at least a few hours because first you have to recognize that the storage is down.
Yeah.
Unless you monitor it, then you have to change the hardware and you have to recover from backup or you recover the write. So this takes a few hours, which will lead in a better score.
Okay, understand. Thanks.
In fact, if you have a write configuration, you will have the system which tells you something goes wrong. You can change the disk without impacting any system.
Yeah, in this case, RAID 5, yeah.
Yes.
The best one. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Zaza, don't worry, I saw you. Do you want to unmute yourself? Okay, no, maybe he doesn't want to. He's just asking if he needs the KYC to run a node.
To run a node, it's not necessary to run KYC.
Ben, I hope that answered your question, Zaza. Let's move on to Steve again. He's asking when converting Restaked NFT, which is older than 52 weeks, can he claim his rewards because the 52 weeks have passed?
If you have the node running in the mainnet and you have the KYC passed successfully, then it's possible to claim the nodes, to claim the rewards from the stake.
I hope this answers. Okay, this answers it. Okay, we have a few more people in here. Any questions? We still have 10 minutes. You can ask Rachel whatever you want. This is your chance, people. Use it. Quiet.
Nothing for now.
Nothing.
I think a lot of questions will come up when we go in the sale or we go in the live. Just to maybe spoiler a little bit, we will do also workshops or webinars after the go live. So we will show you how to set up a node in different systems. We will make different sessions. Let's say one for a server, one for a virtual machine, one for later on maybe also a Pi or something. How you can install Docker, how you can configure the nodes, what is best practice, etc. So you can join and just have a look how we do this or what is the best practice to do this. And obviously also ask questions in these sessions. But yeah, this will be part of the go live phase. I think in the next 1-2 months, April and May, there will be a lot of sessions as well.
Indeed. Yeah, that's going to be a very interesting phase of ours.
Yes.
Yeah. Kevin has a question. What kind of quests do you have to do to maintain the multiplier?
These are currently, let's say, secret. We will update also the quest for the multiplier on our website.
And Zaza, yeah, Zaza is coming back now for a question. I'm not sure if I understood his question correct, but he's stating that I do not have to pay security deposit if I buy a license today.
That's not 100% correct. You have a stake which is locked for 52 weeks. And if you're on the node, depending on your node license, we will lock your stake for a security deposit until you run the node.
I hope that answered it, Zaza. Do we have someone else? Dear John, what about you?
Well, I have lots of questions, but yeah, coming from the community itself, but you are mostly successful on clearing them. And yeah, as soon as I have a question, I forward it to you, as you know. But it was very informative AMA, to be
Thank you very
honest.
much.
We thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's sometime just maybe to have a talk a little bit for the next few minutes, maybe some questions come up. It's sometimes tricky also to collect all these informations, put it in one presentation, doing in perspective of your side. I mean, we are deep in a system, we are deep in a technical development currently. There are some things which we do not point out. For us, it's obvious, but for you, maybe it's a question. This presentation was made together with Yassin, head of support. Of course, you know a lot of the community feelings, and also with the questions you gave us with the form previously, and therefore I think we've done a very good presentation or an informative presentation. So John, it's not only my work, it's also your work.
Oh, thank you very much.
Lovely, lovely.
I appreciate it.
Read to there's someone making fun of us.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, I shift.
Actually not, but the most of us.
Yeah, most of our.
The most of us does not have any hairs or very very less hairs on the head.
I think I need to regrow them back. Yeah, it's
nice. All right, then I think if no questions are raised anymore.
Yeah, you have a question, can I?
Sure, go for it.
Yes, so do I understand it right that staking now and taking the NFT, and maybe it needs some time to start the node, maybe in August or so. It's not important, or it not counts the time when I start the node, and when I start it now or in half a year, the 180 days for the special X8 rewards are counting from starting the node, right? Right then, okay?
Yes, that's right. So as soon as you can leave all in your wallet doing nothing, your 52-week stake expires and kind of nothing happens. As soon as you install the node and you start running the node, you activate your license, it will count the testnet, checknet, and mainnet. And as soon as you are in the mainnet, the 1x as the 8x multiplier will start to be active. And the rewards, the 30-day period, will start as soon as you are in the second level. Checknet.
The rewards are paid in WeSendit token or in?
Yes, in WSI to the wallet you have connected to the node during the installation. So where your NFT is located.
Okay, that's right. And the staking rewards will finally come after the 52 weeks.
Yes, they will come after 52 weeks. And the initial stake you have staked or locked will also released deducted of the node license. So let's say you staked 100,000 WSI, node license is 50,000. Then we will keep 50,000 locked because this is the amount of security deposit, and you will get back to your wallet other 50,000 from your initial stake.
Rewards I will just get if I use or I activate the node, and they are just then the rewards for getting this. And if I just stake another portion of WSE SI, then I will get the NFT but not the rewards. To sell the, for example, to sell the NFT or so, yeah.
I don't know if you get your question right, but let me try to answer. You have locked 100,000 WSI 52 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Let's say you've got 10,000 WSI as rewards. So this 10,000 WSI as rewards from your initial stake, you can claim this as soon as your node is in the mainnet. If you claimed initial stake previously, your stake rewards will be slashed. So you will not be able to get the rewards at all
But
if you claim it previously.
And when I want to sell the NFT, not using the X8 multiplier, just to sell it before, and so I don't get any rewards.
You need to sell the initial stake plus the rewards.
Okay.
And even also when you run a node, let's say you run a node for 3 months, you have security deposit of 50,000. You already got 20,000 WSI from your storage. If you sold the WeSendit NFT, you either have to claim the rewards first from your storage, and then you can sell the NFT, or disconnect the NFT and then you sell it, or you can sell the whole packages or the whole package. So if you run the node in a cloud where you can share the credentials because it's not your hardware, you can sell the whole package. The NFT, which is the stake of 50,000, plus your rewards you get until then, and for example, the hardware itself.
Okay, I understand. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, great. I think.
Very nice.
So
Yeah, then
it's John here. Sorry, Reto.
Go for it.
I just that came up to my mind. For example, if someone decided to sell his NFT or her NFT after 3 months, just like you said, I think after disconnecting that NFT from the WeSendit or the node main system, mainnet, I think its reputation will be decreased, right? Because it will be there will be a downtime on that NFT, and who will buy that NFT back? Fresh new NFT for them. How that NFT will be counted on ecosystem? Is it based on the wallet address or the NFT contract that the system will score the node? I think I was clear, right? Maybe it's...
Yeah, I think I got your point. So if you disconnect the wallet address from your node, it will anyway lose the score. So if you like to sell the node with its score, you have to sell, or you have to give someone else the whole packages. So we have to reallocate the wallet address and do it nearly in possible zero downtime. But also for this scenario, we are currently working on all mechanism, and we will put this also in the documentation. Because there are some easy cases. Let's say you have staked, you will not run a node, you will sell the node, or you will run the node, you got some rewards, and then you shut down the node and you want to sell the NFT. So these are the easy cases, but giving over someone the whole node with the score, with the active fragments, with the rewards, etc., it's a little bit more complex, because usually you don't give someone else your wallet. This is not the idea. And therefore there is some mechanism needed that you can change the wallet address on, let's say flying on a running system.
Thank you very much. Lovely. Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay. Do we have anything else? Let's see. No further questions, I guess.
Good. Then from my side, thank you very much for the attention, and thank you for all the good questions. And I'm very looking forward for next Tuesday. And I'm very happy to have you all on board, to have you in our network. And yeah, I'm proud of all the community we have, that we can run a network which is truly decentralized and will change the way we store files.
I can only agree to that. We appreciate you. We see you in the community, and let's make this great together.
Thank you very much to all of you, and have a nice evening.
Good evening,
Thank you.
everyone. Thanks for joining.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. See you.
Bye.